Yeah, good. All right. Thank you so much for making it. Thank you for joining this session. We really appreciate. Okay, so let's go right into it. Who is Sylvia?
Okay, so where is Sylvia Afful? A business student. I mean, a student of University of Ghana Business School, who read human resource, who has turned a passion into a business, thinking into a business.
Okay. Give us more. Give us more. All right. So, what's the passion, and how did you turn it into a business?
So I started with just trying out recipes. So during COVID, I was bored at home. I mean, during COVID was when I had to finish my thesis. So sometimes I find myself just idle at home. I get bored easily. I'm not an extrovert. I'm always home. So I realized, okay, YouTube can be of help. So I used to read a lot and then go on YouTube. And then, on YouTube, sometimes you're reading something else pops up. So when it started to pop, I'm like, oh, interesting, beautiful. Then I try to read more about cakes, watch some of the videos. I'm like, oh, this is very fun. Then let me just find out which school is available to train me so I can also be a baker. So I went on Instagram. I saw some cake schools. I wasn't too convinced because I felt like maybe some of these people can train you and you still not be one of the best in town. So I decided to rather message some of the people who commented or some of the people who actually went for that training to ask them how it went or how it's like. And when I was convinced, I finally settled on one and then I went for training. After my training, I still came back home to learn more. So that's it. That's it.
Okay. So the message here is that if you have the time, the resources, the extra resources, and you are interested in starting a business, you don't have to go too far. You have to make use of what is available to you there and then. The internet is one. You can even use your mobile phone to go online, search for business ideas, do some research, and then put a proper plan in place, train yourself, and then get started, see what the market has to offer, try it out, and then see the response rate. And then if it works out, you pursue it, right?
Yes, yes. And before that, so it has to be something you thought of doing because growing up, I've always wanted to venture into either food business, clothing business, or real estate. So what my savings would do for me is clothing and food. So I started with clothing and now I moved into food.
Okay. Okay. All right. Nice one. So, what are some of your product lines, or let me say, the different kinds of products that you offer, and do you also offer any services?
Aside clothing and food, no, that's it. I think that's all I do for now. That's all I do for now. So with the baking, if you mean what I do in the baking industry,
Tell us,
from the products.
tell us all the business that you are into. Tell us about all the business that you are into, and then tell us the different categories of products or services that you offer.
Okay, so a little about my clothing business. So with my clothing business, sometimes with the men's clothing, I'm not able to stitch some of the ways. So I have my teacher who taught me how to sew. If I see a style and I think I'm not able to do it, I pass him that contract and I take my commission. And if some of the female styles too, I see this I cannot do, I cannot destroy someone's fabrics too. I just pass it to her and then I take my commission. The ones I can do, I do it. But I won't let my customer know this I can't do. I have an idea about it, but I will not risk telling you. Of course, that's what a lot of businesses do. They won't tell you. But I'm here, I'll tell you, yes, I can do it. I mean, I can do it, but I just don't want to risk it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. How about the cake business?
Okay, as for the cake business, I was amazed at some of my skills. I mean, I didn't even know I could actually bake a cake or decorate a cake. I used to see my madam do it, and I was thinking, hey, when will I also know how to do this? I'm far, I'm this, I'm that. But then I came back home and I realized that no, it's time for me to just try. I mean, you never know until you try. So sometimes I just buy ingredients and then try out a recipe. Maybe you tell me that this is how you do yours. But I'm like, okay, I've read a lot. I've read a little science about baking. Why not also try? Because I'm very sure a lot of bakers out there who come out with recipes also just try it. Most of the time, it's just a try and error. So I'm like, okay, well, there's no harm in just wasting my product. I mean, it's not a waste. Out of it, I'll learn something. So you can find me sometimes at home, just try a new product, and after doing this, I just give it out to my church members, my neighbors, my family to just taste and tell me what they think about it. And I'm like, voila, this is my recipe. Yes, I did it. So it's my recipe. So with baking, I think you always have to experiment. You always have to do something. So sometimes too, again, I buy dummies, then I try to decorate them, and then I post them, and you will love it. You will not know it's a cake until I tell you this is a dummy. So that's how I started, and that's what I've been doing.
Oh, okay. All right. So how did you find your first customers? How did you get them?
My first customers were, let's say, my family members. So my family likes to celebrate. I mean, every small day they will celebrate. They will hype it, especially my mom. My mom will hype everything, and she's just so excited when somebody creates something. So she's my hype. So I started, the first birthday cake I baked was for myself. My birthday, I felt like, oh, why should I buy someone's cake? I can make cakes, but then maybe I can't decorate cakes. So let me just try. So I tried with my birthday. It didn't come out. If I show you that cake, if I tell you I made that cake, you won't believe it. But then the second time I made a cake was on my grandma's birthday. And I realized that, oh, I can do this. I can do this. I mean, this is the second time, and see how it has come out. Then the third time was my sister's birthday. The fourth time was my mom's birthday. And I'm like, oh, I can do this. Then let me just take it from there. So I started to tell church members, friends, advertise. And then people were like, oh, Sylvia, I like this. Can you do this for me? Like, yes, I do it. You like it? I'm like, okay, so I can do it. Then that's how I started.
Oh, okay. Nice. So far, what has been some of the challenges that you faced since you started your startups?
Oh, well, they say you lose to gain. So for now, I won't say challenges per se, but my returns are all plowed back into the business because I have to buy tools. Every day, somebody comes with a new cake design, something I haven't tried before, something which requires a new set of tools, and the trends are always changing and making. Every day there's a new design. So every now and then somebody comes and orders a cake, and it's totally different from what I've been doing. So maybe I have to now go and buy those tools and then try to make the cake for the person. Of course, I can't tell you I don't make those cakes, or I don't have to make it, or I've not done it before. I have to do it for you. So whatever the tools and the challenge, yes, the most challenge I've faced is getting some particular tools to do some designs some people ask for. Some of the tools are out there in Nigeria, but maybe they are not yet in Ghana. But these Nigerians hype the cake so much that like people would see it on the social media and they're like, I want this cake, I want this one. Meanwhile, some of the tools or some of the molds, usually some of the designs you see on cake, they tell you they are cake, but they are not really cake. They are sugar art. So you need the mold to put the sugar paste in it to get that design. But then the person comes and wants it by hook or crook. I can't help it. So maybe I'll just try to make something look like it. It will not look like what you have seen out there, but you realize that I put in my all to do. So one of the challenges is you don't really get some of the tools you want for particular designs customers ask for. Secondly, if you don't have people around you who have the passion for what you're doing, they mess up what you are doing. I mean, you have a design to make, and then the person doesn't really understand what you are doing. So you try to break it down, still the person doesn't get it. So you end up doing most of the work. It's stressful, yes. It's not stressful, but it's worth it.
Okay. Nice one. So far, how have you managed your metrics? Like, how do you measure your progress as a startup? Whether you are making it, whether there are any aspects of your business that you need to focus on, because those are where you are losing money and you are not getting the best of return on investment. Are you able to measure such, and what metrics have you considered so far in your business?
Okay, so far I realized whenever I mention the prices of cakes to people, they're like, hey, it's so expensive. Can I have this? And I tell you that there are cakes and there are cakes. If you want me to give you a cake, I can give you some. Of course, the design outside does not guarantee what's inside. So I can give you a bomb cake in there, and then the design outside is everything. But you eat it and you're like, oh, so that this cake is not nice. But I want you to be like, everything is nice. Outside is nice, inside is nice. I know there are a lot of people out there who just produce anything as cake and then they just wrap it in whipped cream or buttercream and you see that it's nice, but then you eat the cake and you're like, what's this? Well, I'm not in for that. I want you to eat the cake and be like, oh, the cake was nice, the design was nice. So right now I'm trying to come up with a product like cake in jars, because some people want to eat cake, but they don't have that amount to afford cake, and they don't want to eat cake only on their birthdays. So I'm like, okay, then let me give you a smaller portion. Why not bake a big cake and then share among all the people who want to eat cake, but on particular days? Because if I say I want to bake every day doing that, I'm going to run out of loss. So why not tell you ahead of time that on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, I'm going to bake maybe a red velvet cake. If you are interested, let me know. Then I know that I'm going to bake this size and then share among these people. And then it's a win-win for the two of us. You eat cake, I also get something from it. So that's it.
Oh, okay. All right. Before I chip in, what's your strategy for this year, or let me say the next 2 years, in terms of scaling? What's your plan to scale, and what's the bigger picture for the business?
Okay. So right now I've decided that I will not do just birthday cakes or wedding cakes or just cakes. So I'm going to focus on the other desserts as well, such as the cinnamon roll and the spring rolls and the samosa, because I know a lot of people who like pastries, but maybe they don't really trust the person going to give them the pastry. And I know people like to munch on something once in a while. So I've decided I'm not going to do just cake. I'm going to expand it to doing other desserts like the frozen samosas and the frozen spring rolls, frozen meat pies, cinnamon rolls, chips, chin-chins, coated peanuts. Something you can have, available, because some people maybe forget to eat, or maybe they just don't have time to eat. But then now I make frozen samosas available for you. So when you're hungry, you can have something to munch on before you think of what you really want to eat. So I'm actually thinking of doing all those other desserts, focusing more. Even though when I started, I decided to buy it, didn't. Now I think I should do it. So
Okay. All right. That's nice. In terms of funding your business, how did you manage it? People are thinking, oh, I'll need quite a lot of money before I can start the business. But you have managed to actually start the business, and you're not only focused on one, you are doing two businesses, the clothing business and also the food business. That's the cake making. So how did you raise your funds, your startup capital, to help you get to where you've got into?
okay, so like I said, I didn't just think of doing business today. I started saving from my first year in school at uni, because I knew that fine, I'll do a business and I can't rely on my parents. I mean, when you rely on them and then they disappoint you, that's going to discourage you from doing what you have to do. And I feel everybody has to have a side gig. Whatever be it, you have to have a side gig. So I started saving way back from school. So I was just putting the money down, like, let me just keep the money. Nothing will happen. Let me just save. And I didn't just save, I invested the money. So then I'm like, okay, then I'm going to use this money to do my business. So sometimes when my parents give me money for fees, I tell them, okay, this is the amount of my fees. And you know, in the university, you can actually write this note to tell the university you don't have this amount of money to pay, so they should pardon you, you pay the rest before you write your exam. So I split the fees into two, and I'll go and use part to buy T-bills. Then by the time the returns will come, I'll save it and then go and pay my fees. So at the point, the people at the department didn't believe me. They're like, no, I don't look like somebody who doesn't have the money for fees. I should tell them something. I'm like, no, my parents don't have now. They have, but they don't have that now. So I'll pay. And yes, I'll pay. But then I'll just finding a way to make money out of money. So when you give me the fees, I'll pay half. I'll put half into T-bills, then the returns on it, I'll go save that. So I just save. And then I got a little money. And then once in a while, if you come up with a product, they tell me you are selling, I'll tell you, oh, please, can I also sell this product for you so that I also get a little on it and also save. I do that. I'm willing to do anything. So far as it's genuine, I'm willing to do it just to get a little money to save. I mean, money is money. So anything I'll do, I'm genuine. So.
Okay, that's nice. You seem to have a lot of ideas about making money work for you. Can you give us a few extra, if you don't mind?
Well, I'm someone who asks questions a lot. So anytime I go to the bank, I ask all these bankers or customer reps what I can do to get more money, and I'm ever willing to listen to them because I know they know it. They know the secrets, but maybe they are not willing to discuss or go further because maybe some people are not interested. They feel like you are going to bore them with so much talk. For me, I have all the time for you if you are going to tell me how to make it. So every night then when I go to a bank, I befriend the tellers. I just want them to tell me something because I don't have someone telling me that, oh, if you want to make money, do this, do that, say. So once a while I go to the bank. I'm not going to the bank to do it. I'm just going to chat just to get some info. And every night then when I have someone tell me about a book that's going to help me, an inspirational book or an investment, I'll quickly buy and read. I'm always reading something about investment because I feel like that is what I saved. I mean, that's what I did, and then now I have my business. And my parents were even surprised. They're like, where did I get all the money from? I don't know what they are thinking, but I mean, I know very well that it was my savings that have got me this far. And it was my savings that paid my fees, not my savings, my investment, my returns, and the investment that paid my fees in the baking school and the fashion school. So I'm like, why not continue? Because this is something that has been helping me. So I have to continue. So that's how it is.
Okay. Very, very, very interesting. Nice one. So it's more of thinking ahead, planning, putting the measures in place because you knew where you wanted to get to and you knew it was difficult coming up with the money. So any little money that you get, you try to reinvest that money and then make some interest on that money, and you save that interest towards what you intend to use that money for. So at the end of the day, it's like killing two birds with one stone. You are giving some initial money, you invest that money, give yourself time, and the returns on that money, you use it for something else, and then you take out the initial capital or the initial actual money, and then you use it for what it was intended for. Very, very smart.
Don't give small money chance.
Yeah, don't give small money chance. The best advice in the world. Yeah, this is very, very smart. Very, very, very smart. That's why they say if you want the best of advice, speak to a lady. No, a smart lady, not just any lady. Okay, this is good. So we are trying to keep it as short as possible, but I'm sure there's so much to discuss. But if you are to offer some top tips, say top 5 tips for any startup or any, I know we are all young, we are in our, we are, I mean, we are not there yet. We are not 80 years or 90 or 100 years, but the world is very, very old. And I do believe that at any point in time, one has got something to share based on the experience we've gathered so far. So what are your top 5 tips? If you are to go back 5, 10 years, 15 years, what would you do differently? What's your advice, to people out there? People are in their 40s, 50s, and believe me, someone's life might change based on your advice that you're about to give. So what are your top 5 tips for anyone out there if they want to succeed? What should they consider? What can they do differently? What's your advice?
Okay, so first of all, what I would tell maybe the young people out there is first of all, save. Don't just save, take it to the level of investing. That's one. Secondly, learn a skill. A skill comes handy, learn a skill. No matter what, use your time to learn a skill. If you don't have the means, start from YouTube, read. And then thirdly, I will advise everyone to research. Yes, don't just read, to research into whatever you want to do. If you realize, oh, I have a passion for this, just keep trying. I mean, there's no harm in trying. And I don't think you lose. I mean, everything we do today, we are going to reap it tomorrow. So read research, and just learn a skill. For me, I'm a learn a skill advocate too. Learn a skill is very important. It's very important. So it's a skill. So if you learn a skill and maybe you don't use it, you have a fair idea of it, and then when you establish such a business, you won't have someone cheating because I mean when the person starts to talk, you know that no, what are you trying to tell me? I know this. What are you trying to tell me? So for me, if you learn a skill and you don't have passion in it, I mean you have a passion in it, but you're not so much interested in it, and you think you can make a living out of it, learn a skill and then pass the business to someone to handle. I mean a worthy person. Yes, pass it on to someone who you think has a skill and can also do it just like the way you wish. There are people out there who are willing to do it. I mean, don't just give it to anybody. Make sure you trust whoever you are handing over, whoever you are handing over to. Make sure you just trust the person. There are genuine people out there, just like the way there are fake people out there. There are very genuine people out there. So that's what I advise.
Okay, nice one. Really, 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 really interesting. Okay, so you've just given some tips about how to raise funds, and you've given quite a lot of insights as well. If you really want to make it some things to consider to keep you focused, to help you stay on track, and this is very, very, very important. Please do check the description. We have a different video that is about to be published. At the time that you are watching, if you check the description, you should see that yes, it's been published. So do check do look out for a video on the different ways one can raise money, initial capital for business or for school or anything that you want to pursue in life. There's always the question of how do I get the money without someone, doing that for me. So we have different tips on how to raise that. Sylvia has given us quite some insight. Believe me, it's very, very important. It's one of the smartest ways to really go about it. So you add hers to the list of ways of generating your startup capital. So do look out for that video in the description. Also, if you are starting your business and you are considering online presence in terms of domain name registration, email, web hosting, you name it, any online tool that you are looking for, even web development or say website builder or things like that, I have put in the descriptions. I've put in the description links to some of the recommended sites to help you get started. One is getmeonline.com, getmeonline.co.uk, Bluehost, GoDaddy, A2 hosting, you name it. They are all some of the recommended platforms. Do check in the description. Their domain, their address are there. Click on that and it will take you to the portals where you can easily sign up for the packages. We also offer website development and business intelligence consulting services. So do check the description as well for the links to our services. If you're looking for the best way to understand where your business is and any gray areas within your project strategy or your entire business. Let me repeat that. If you're looking for the best ways to make the best of your data and to identify any gray areas that will help you measure your performance okay, and then to evaluate your ongoing project to see the impact it has on your overall anticipated or expected return on investment. We can help you out with that. Okay. We can also help you build websites. So do check the description for the links in there as well. That was my small, adverts being made over there. So, okay. So, is there any question for me? Like, it's been one way all throughout, Sylvia.
I don't know you. You didn't introduce yourself. I introduced myself. I didn't introduce yourself. I was thinking when I said I'm Sylvia, I'm this, I'm that. I thought maybe you used to tell me a bit about yourself, but you didn't. So.
Okay. So, I'm Sylvester Siedu. I'm a business intelligence consultant. I also do website development. I build softwares. I build mobile apps. If you look into the description, one of my apps is there, My Doctor. It helps you easily record your blood pressure and easily share with your clinician. It also helps you identify the nearest ambulance station, and then you can call for the ambulance. So that's in there. That's something little of out of the many that I actually do. I started this channel just to help build a network, full of positive energy. The intent is to connect as many as possible to help people learn. Some are out there, they don't know what to do, where to start. Some have first class degrees. Some businesses are out there looking for the best talent. Some talent out there too are struggling to keep their job. It's more of putting out there the content that we all need to help us keep on top of our game. If you're an entrepreneur, what are some of the things you need to look out for to help you become sustainable, to make more profit, and for your business to remain viable, and of course of value to your customers? Okay, it's more of creating such content for all of us, and of course letting people also become aware of some of the amazing things that we, the young ones, are doing out there. Okay, and to of course help build our businesses through that, and at the same time to creating that network where we are able to help each other become more successful, become more knowledgeable, and become more sustainable, which I believe will overall help improve the society and reduce unemployment, and think of all the vices that one can think of, that we can all help prevent. So that's the essence, and that's something little about me.
Good to know. Good to know.
All right. So are there any other questions?
No, you said it all.
Okay. So how do you handle your payments for your services and then your products?
With this business, if you tell a customer, I'll deliver, and then you pay later, you're never going to get your money. So you pay 70% when you order, and then you pay the 30% when it's ready. When it's ready, I tell you, oh, I'm asking a Bolt driver to come pick it up and then deliver. I work with a particular Bolt driver who gives me a good rate since he works with me almost every other day to deliver my cake. So he gives me a good offer. So I give you the contact of the Bolt rider. He calls you. I tell you, make your 30% payment before it gets there. I don't want any wahala in the story and all of that. We have people doing that all the time. I mean, when I started, that's what they used to do to me.
Your line was breaking.
The cake will get there. I'm just going to buy it because our roads are bad. So sometimes the cake might get there and it's not what it is when it left here. So I make sure every time I'm done with the cake, I take pictures. Not mainly because I want to post, but because I want to prove to you that the cake left here in this state. So I tell you, would you like to pick up? Because that is the best. When you can't pick up a cake, it's the best. I don't know of any baker that says, let me deliver to you. You can't pick up your cake. But then if you insist, I tell you, okay, then I'll give you my rider. But when it gets there in another state, don't blame me because cake has to be handled very well. So that's how we do it.
Okay. So if you are listening to this podcast and you are into delivery or you have plans of going into delivery, one of the solutions you can offer to the community, which is of dire need, which is of concern, and most companies out there are looking for solutions to, is being able to deliver products in the state, in their best of state, to the consumers. As you heard Sylvia mentioned, cake is produced, is made in a very beautiful way. Is everything is intact, as nice, and the way it's supposed to look like. But by the time it gets to the consumer, a lot has changed. The state has changed. Some cracks here, some breaks over there, and sometimes, if you are lucky, you might have it's probably even split into pieces. Customer is not
Yeah.
happy, and there are grudges here and there. If care isn't taken, sometimes the business loses those customers, mainly because the dispatch rider didn't handle the product really, really well. So if you want to go into delivery, maybe you can think of one of the best ways of making sure products get to consumers in the best of state. And believe me, there's market out there. So that's something to really look at, and you make it. And I'm a boy. Say no, no, no.
Nice.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to keep it quite short. Some are complaining that the 1 hour versions and things are a bit too long to watch. So I'm trying to see how best we can keep it to about 10 minutes max. I think we are doing well, right?
Yeah, we are.
Do you think so far the things we've asked, like it's good contents? Do you think we should add more to it, or we should discuss other areas?
I don't mind sharing. So for me, you can ask me more questions, and if I know I have something to share, I'll share it.
Okay. Um, so do you have people working for you, like employees?
Have volunteers.
You have volunteers. That's a good one. You
Yeah.
keep bringing up bringing up quite interesting content. Why not employees? Why volunteers?
Okay, so I have people who are like, I want to learn a skill, I want to learn how to bake. It's something I've always wanted to do, but maybe I can't afford the fees, I don't have the time. I'm like, you can learn baking in 3 months with me. Even in a month, if you are committed, and then you always ask me questions. I mean, questions is everything. You don't have to always come here and then do the thing and do. Just ask me questions. I have done it for some years now, and I know some of the faults, I know some of the loopholes. So just ask me every now and then. Don't just send me, hello, hi, Sylvia, how are you? Fine. And you send me a smiling emoji. Always try to learn something when you come to hi. Hi, Sylvia, how are you? Fine. I understand, fine. You can't just come to me and then say hello, hi, and then go away. For me, I don't mind. You can just come and hello, hi, me, and then leave. But I want you to learn something. I want you to make good use of the time. So when you hire me, Sylvia, oh, is it possible that you make a cake like this and it comes like this? Can you make this kind of? I want you to ask me questions. I just want you to learn something. I'll just be happy if maybe one day you are doing something and then you don't make this mistake just because you asked me a question some months back and then it made you avoid that mistake. So for me, I always ask you, are you learning the skill? Have you been reading? If you message me, yes, I'll come ask you. But if you don't ask me, fine. Sometimes I might also not remember. But then if I remember, I'll ask you, you told me you wanted to learn the skill. What have you done so far? Like, what is it that you are encountering that you think you can't? Just let me know. So some of these people are the volunteers I have. They're always willing to learn. So when it's time to make a big order, I call them and tell them I have this big order, you up for it, then come over, let's do it. So you come and then I let you do some of the petty things I think you learn. So yeah. So those are my volunteers, those who are willing to learn a skill.
Yeah, nice. I think it is a good strategy because you avoid paying salaries. You avoid paying people, and you also get to avoid those who come in to use your startup as a stepping stone, only to get the money and just move on without necessarily helping you achieve your goals for the month, or let me say your objectives for that particular period. And that's one of the things that is really a concern for startups, especially within the African environment. You put in all the resource, you try and then get someone to come in and help you. They come in, they have their own motive, they don't disclose it, they just come up with excuses, wishy-washy behavior. Before you realize, just because you agreed on a particular amount for a salary, they take that, and if you're able to identify that bad nut in time, fine, you get rid of them. But by that time, you've lost them at least 1 month's salary, some amount of money that you could have invested elsewhere in your business that could have served you much better. But then if you go the volunteer route, it's also a good way because you get people who are willing. You get that attitude you are looking for. They are willing, they are able, and they are the right skill that you need to help you get things done. And it's even for free. But there's a win-win over there because they are learning, they are developing, they're becoming a better person. By the time they move on to a different place, believe me, there's so much more in volunteering. I think we have to probably find some time and then do have some discussion on volunteering and some of the benefits that one can actually get from that, as an individual, and how far it can take you in life. So if you're willing for us to discuss that, I'm sure one of these days we can have that session focused mainly on volunteering, and you can give us the different perspective to it and how best people can actually take advantage of volunteering. All right. So next one. Is there anything else I have next?
Any other thing? Let me see. All I can say is I'm ever ready to assist the sister. If there's any lady out there who is willing to learn and doesn't have the means, I'm ever willing to assist. I mean, I can teach you the basics and then you take it from there, because if you go to any school, I mean, when you go to school, you start from class 1. Well, let's assume you have basic knowledge in 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2, and they test you. I mean, they can put you in class 2 or class 3. So if you come to me and you're willing to learn, I can teach you some of the basic things that you can learn. And then when you go to a catering school, they won't put you at a beginner stage. I mean, they'll put you at a stage where you can pick up faster and then finish and do something else. I mean, you don't have to waste all your time there. So.
Okay, nice one. So as you rightly heard from Sylvia, if you're out there and you are considering starting your business in the food industry or perhaps in the retail industry, be it wholesale, retail, or there's something called affiliate marketing. That one too, I think from what Sylvia has discussed so far, it is somewhere in there if you were paying attention. Affiliate marketing is you being the middleman, okay, helping one business find a customer and making some profit or quote unquote commission from that particular sales transaction that takes place because of your connection that you have created for the producer or the business and the consumer. And that's what she rightly mentioned in there, that sometimes when she doesn't have the expertise to deliver at the expected quality that the consumer, when she doesn't have the expertise to deliver to the customer's quality expectation, she just finds someone within her network who can actually deliver that level of quality, and then she'll hand over or she'll connect that person, and then she'll make a commission from that. That is also one business idea to consider. If you are too busy, but you know lots of people who do quite a lot of things, and you also have people who are looking for such services. Believe me, you are already in a business, but you just haven't commercialized it yet. So if you're able to put some value on that knowledge that you have and connect these two people, believe me, you are already in business and you might start making some money based on that. It's called affiliate marketing. We have the manual way of doing things. That's where you get to talk to people one-on-one. We have the digital way of going about it, where we have softwares that help you help you manage all these interactions. So we can actually there's a video on this channel. Please look into this. There's a link in this description that actually tells you more about 7 years old. There's a video dedicated to, let me rephrase. We have a video where we have discussed more on affiliates marketing. So do check the description. You see that as well in there. If it's there, it means it's ready. If it's not there, it means that we are still producing it. I don't think I have to say that. You know, yes, starting into fact me why.
But don't worry, you can do it. Try again.
Yeah. So there's a video that focuses more on affiliate marketing. Okay, it's in the description. Do check it out, and then you learn more about the different types of affiliate marketing, what affiliate marketing is, and how you can easily get started today with your limited resources. Okay. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment, and please share with your network. Also, click on the notification so you are notified of any uploads that we. So you are notified of any. Okay.
Take it again.
All right. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, comments, and click on the notification icon so that you are notified of any uploads that we make. Please tell your networks as well and invite someone to also enjoy this video. Share this particular video with your network. As you can tell, it's very, very insightful. There's lots of knowledge in there that we can all pick that we can all apply to our lifestyle and how we approach investments as against savings. All right. Thank you, Sylvia. We really appreciate. So let me say this as well. Sylvia's contact is in the description. If you want to do business with her, as you've heard, she's very knowledgeable. She can really, really help your business scale. She has lots of expertise to offer. You know, if you contact her, you will get the best return on investment for having engaged her. Her contact is in the description. Do reach out to her. If you're a volunteer who needs ideas, tips on what to do, or if you need that kind of guidance, assistance, please do reach out to her, and then she's open to discussion. She will help you out. All right. Thank you so much, Sylvia. Are there any last words?
My last word is learn a skill, don't give up, be willing to change. Henry Ford says the man who is the man who is too set to change is merely dead to something. If you learn something that doesn't work for you and you want to change to something else, do it. Do it. Just do it. That's what I believe in. So don't give up, do it.
Okay. All right. So you heard her. Don't give up, do it. Keep pushing, keep making progress. Sylvia, you have greatness in you. We really appreciate. You are a motivator, an influencer. And I do believe that if you're able to voice out more, millions out there will hear you, they will listen to you, their lives will change. So don't stop here. Keep pushing, keep making progress. Continue touching more lives, continue inspiring others. And the world out there is yet to know you. I see more of an Oprah Winfrey in you. I see more of let me leave it there, you know, but yeah, don't change. You are blessed. Stay blessed. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. We will try and then touch base with you again in the course of the year to see progress on your business, progress in your business, and how many lives out there you've managed to touch. So, all right. Until then, all right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you too for making the time to actually be here with us. All right. Bye.